Okay, welcome back. Well, I'm getting lots of questions on the equipment I got and how I use it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you, this is our General Technologies clamp. I'm going to show you how it works. It's pretty simple. So now what you do is you got off AC or amps direct, alternating current, volts alternating current, and direct volts, and then the ohm meter. Well, you know the ohm meter, you put something in between it and it'll give you it'll go right to zero. See right there, it's open, OL, and then you push it together and it'll go right down to zero, right? Now you can zero it too if you want. I don't really worry too much about it. And then you put it to volts, and you put the red on the red and the black on the black, and it says 12.8. Now remember, the magic number is not 13, not 14, but 12.6 is a perfectly charged battery. Now everybody's asking me, how does the amp clamp work? Well, it's very simple. The amp clamp, this is a high one. I think this one goes to 500. Now this one here, all you do is it's got an arrow on it. So whatever way the load goes is the way you go. So I'm going to put it on the alternator wire going to the battery. So I will put it like that, right? I'll put it like that there because it's on there and the arrow's going to the thing. So if you live in Canada, you got one of these. It's called auto start. So you just push the button and it'll start for you, see? Right there, right now, we are getting 62, 56, 54 amps, 55. So we just, and then it'll just keep coming down as the battery comes up. It'll put in like 70 on the start, and then it'll bring down. And then if you really load it up, like, okay, that's 40 there. Now watch when I do when I put the headlights on. Now it's up to 45 already because it's compensating for the headlights. The alternator is built in, it'll compensate for the headlights. It'll compensate for everything, right? That's how easy the amp clamp is. And you can do it to anything. You can do it to that one. You can do it to this one here. And you can see how much is going into the volt, right? There's 13 amps going into that battery right now because it's fully charged, right? Because remember, it was just on the last video, it was 12.8, right? So it's fully charged. So it's still taking 13 volts, right? And then if you go to the solar batteries, they're the same thing. They're up to snuff, so they're only taking 3 amps. That is how hard it is to run an amp clamp. It's not rocket science. Now you just got to remember that it's just like any test equipment. You have to believe in it, right? If you don't believe in it, then you could go do some crazy stuff, right? So just remember that. That's the amp clamp. Now you got hold and peak and all that, but you don't want to know. You just want to know how to use it. You don't care about that stuff. So that's how you do. You put it on direct current, or you can put it on amp, and you can check all your battery. Like if you go in and you got your cord hooked up, you got to go on the one wire. You can't put on the whole thing, but it sort of reads not too bad, but it'll tell you how much you're drawing from the trailer, right? So that's the amp clamp. Cheap. I think, well, this one here is like 80 bucks or 100 bucks, but you can get them for like 40, 50 bucks at Harbor Freight, Canadian Tire, any of those places. So that's how the amp clamp does. Just remember, the arrow makes a big difference. The arrow has to go the way that the load's going. So if you're trying to get the load to the battery, then you have to put the arrow to the battery. And it's only the positive, not the negative. Okay, guys, that's all I got for you today. Talk to you later. Bye.